Hello, hello. Happy Friday to you. We left Joseph in prison, but he was serving faithfully. Let's see what happens next. We're going to go over to Genesis 41, 37 to 41. But the backstory, and I hope that you're reading, Joseph was able to interpret dreams. Imagine it was a dream that got him there. And now he's in prison and he's interpreting dreams, and that's what's going to bring him out. So Joseph was able to interpret dreams, and in the process, when you read, he was forgotten by those who he helped, but eventually the Lord remembered him, and this is where he's at now. Joseph's suggestions were well received by Pharaoh and his officials. So Pharaoh asked his officials, can we find anyone else like this man, so obviously filled with the Spirit of God? Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, since God has revealed the meaning of the dream to you, clearly no one else is as intelligent or wise as you are. You will be in charge of my court, and all my people will take orders from you. Only I, sitting on my throne, will have a rank higher than yours. Pharaoh said to Joseph, I hereby put you in charge of the entire land of Egypt. Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, and he made some suggestions to him, and all of this was by the guidance and the wisdom of God. So he's now coming out of the prison, and he's in the palace, and he is second in command. Now let us skip on over to Genesis 42 verses 5 to 6. So Jacob's sons arrived in Egypt along with others to buy food, for the famine was in Canaan as well. Since Joseph was governor of all Egypt and in charge of selling grain to all the people, it was to him that his brothers came. When they arrived, they bowed before him with their faces to the ground. God's purposes will be fulfilled in our lives, no matter how long it takes, no matter the obstacles. Look at this. The dream that Joseph had is being fulfilled, but it wasn't really about them bowing before him. Let us now go to chapter 50, verse 20. But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring it about as it is this day, to save many people alive. That was the purpose. That was why God gave Joseph the dream. He showed him a little bit, the end, a glimpse of it, but he did not tell him the plan. He did not tell him the path. And God does the same thing with us. I'm certain if God tells us the plan, we would not even be bothered. I certainly would not be bothered. If I looked at my life and I saw all of this was going to happen, I would say, no, thank you. And I'm sure you will say the same thing. But thank God that he is such a master planner, that he is able to work all things together for good, that his words do not return void, that he makes all things possible. Thank God. Thank God that he did it for Joseph. He did it for Abraham. He did it for Joshua. He did it for so many other persons who were faithfully serving him. And he can do it for us too. We have our part to play, and God will and is playing his part as well in all of our lives. So that is the purposes of God, and we looked at the plan of God, and I pray that you are encouraged and that you're motivated to seek the Lord, align your life with him completely, and allow him to reveal those purposes for which you were created. Remember, they come in pieces as well. And seek God. When you're passionate about something, seek him and find out, Lord, what do you want me to do in the earth? And trust him to work it out in you, perfecting us in all of our ways, which is most important, making us like Jesus Christ, and knowing that he will bring all of the purposes to pass eventually. That when we stand before him, it is my prayer that we would hear, well done, my good and faithful servant, come on in. That our lives would have been perfected, looking like Jesus, and we would have done the work in the earth that the Lord created us to do. If we don't do that, why else are we here? Have a good weekend, and God bless you.